The Black Pacific. Midnight cloaked the Pacific in silk the night Indianapolis slid beneath the horizon. The sea was calm, unnervingly so. Even the stars seemed reluctant to bear witness. Somewhere far astern, the Golden Gate had vanished days ago, replaced by the limitless dark of the war's last theater. Above decks, the cruiser's rails gleamed faintly under red-filtered lamps. Below, men wrote letters, smoked rationed cigarettes, and dreamed of home. Captain Charles Butler McVeigh III paced the deck alone. At 47, he carried the calm smile of a man who had survived more storms than most ships. His latest orders had been sealed by the hand of destiny itself: deliver components of a new weapon that promised to end the global nightmare. It was a mission of silence, no escort, no radio chatter, no acknowledgement. Only speed, only faith. The Secret Voyage. On July 16, 1945, as desert dawn flared over New Mexico, the first atomic test in human history turned sand into glass. That same day, hidden within naval paperwork marked Top Secret to be opened only by commanding officer, the Indianapolis received its orders. The ship, a veteran of 14 major Pacific battles, would carry a steel-cased cylinder of enriched uranium and several crates of precision mechanisms, parts destined for the bomb codenamed Little Boy. By July 19th, she had slipped out of Hunters Point Naval Shipyard under a fog-bound moon. Engineers still worked on her turbine seals. No one aboard, save for the captain and 2 Army couriers, knew what cargo rested in hold number 2. The men joked that it must be the Admiral's whiskey. The reality was hotter than the heart of any star. The Indianapolis raced westward alone, averaging 30 knots, a blistering pace for a cruiser heavy with ammunition and fuel. In mid-ocean gales she thundered onward, streaking across the coordinates faster than any vessel of her class. At Pearl Harbor she paused for 16 hours, refueled, and set course for Tinian Island in the northern Marianas. Her bow cut the sea like a prophecy. Major Robert Furman of the Manhattan Project and physicist Dr. James Nolan stood on the quarterdeck as the green coastline of Tinian came into view on July 26th. They had guarded their deadly cargo through thousands of miles of ocean. Now, as sailors offloaded the lead-lined containers into waiting trucks, they exchanged a wry salute. The uranium core for Little Boy, the weapon soon to fall upon Hiroshima, was home in the Pacific. Within hours, with no time for rest or ceremony, Indianapolis headed for Guam. There, a few exhausted sailors disembarked. Replacements clambered aboard. The ship turned west once more toward Leyte Gulf to join Task Force 95 for training and operations leading to Japan's expected invasion. Her orders finished, her presence forgotten. She was, again, alone. Torpedoes in the dark. The night of July 29th was heavy with humidity. At 00:15 hours, July 30th, by the ship's clock, 2 streaks of white fire tore through the calm sea. They came from the Japanese submarine I-58, commanded by Mochitsura Hashimoto. The first torpedo sheared away the bow. The second struck amidships near the magazine. The blast clawed up through the decks, splitting the cruiser's spine. Electric lights died in a single flicker. Flames and steam swallowed the bridge. Captain McVeigh gave the order too late for salvation. "Abandon ship," he shouted through the smoke. Many never heard. Others leapt blindly into the black, their flesh burning with oil and metal. 12 minutes after the first explosion, the Indianapolis rolled gently to port, her stern high, her flag still hoisted, and was gone. 900 men hit the water. The ocean hissed shut above their ship. 4 days in hell. At dawn, the survivors gathered in groups, clinging to cork nets, rafts, and each other. The July sun was merciless. Some sang, others prayed. By the second day, dehydration turned their tongues black. Saltwater sores opened like second mouths. Then came the sharks. Drawn by the scent of blood, the gray fins circled. At first, they took the dead. By nightfall, they came for the living. Screams rose and vanished into the surf. Ensign Twibble, only 23, tried to organize the drifting cluster. "Hold on to anything," he ordered. "Don't panic, don't thrash." But terror is a disease that spreads faster than any command. Men hallucinated fresh rain, invisible islands, rescue planes that never came. They swam toward lights that did not exist. When they began to die quietly, the stronger pulled away to save themselves. By the third night, survivors floated so far apart that each man heard only his own breathing and the snapping of teeth below. Of the 890 who had entered the sea, perhaps 400 were still alive when the fourth morning broke. Rescue and silence. On August 2nd, 1945, a routine patrol flight, a PV-1 Ventura piloted by Lieutenant Wilbur Gwynn, spotted an oil slick glinting against the waves. Circling lower, his gunner gasped, "Sir, there's men down there!" Within minutes, the alarm blazed across naval channels. A PBA Catalina amphibian, piloted by Lieutenant Adrian Marks, defied orders and landed among the wreckage, his hull crashing through the swells. Marks and his crew pulled dozens aboard the wings and fuselage until their aircraft could barely remain afloat. By nightfall, 7 Navy ships converged on the coordinates. The last man lifted from the sea nearly 48 hours later. Out of 1,195 souls, only 316 lived. The captain's burden. When the news reached Washington, applause for the atomic victory drowned the grief. Indianapolis was never reported missing until it was found by accident. In December 1945, Captain McVeigh was court-martialed, the only U.S. naval commander in history tried for losing his ship in combat. Prosecutors argued he had failed to zigzag. Hashimoto himself testified that zigzagging would not have mattered. Still, McVeigh was convicted. He retired quietly to his home in Connecticut. For decades, anonymous letters pursued him, some simply reading, "Merry Christmas, Captain. Our boy died in the Indianapolis." In 1968, he walked into his garden carrying his Navy-issued revolver and ended his life. 32 years later, Congress overturned his conviction. The survivors gathered, frail, sun-spotted old men, to toast the name of their captain. He went down with us twice, but he'll live with us forever. The wreck of USS Indianapolis was discovered in 2017, resting more than 18,000 feet beneath the Philippine Sea. Her guns remain intact, tilted toward the surface. On the conning tower, the lettering still reads proudly, "Indianapolis, CA-35. Below, in absolute silence, the water guards its final prayer. Not for glory, not for vengeance, but that others might sleep, knowing we did not."